Oh, hey. I didn't see you there. Oh my. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to talk about how you can quiet your mind and how to do it more often and why you should do it, because it's probably the most important thing that you could possibly do in your life. So quieting the mind is very simple. It's easy, but it's not easy at certain times because the mind has a lot of momentum. It will drag you along and make you believe what it's saying. If you haven't noticed by now, your mind makes a lot of noise. It likes to analyze, it likes to judge, it likes to create drama, it likes to create suffering. It does a lot for you in good ways and in bad ways. So the mind will take up a lot of your energy if you're not using it. So if the mind's using you and it's constantly distracting you and creating these negative thoughts or positive thoughts about the future or the past, whatever it is, it takes up so much energy from your body to heal, to give you energy, to make you happy. There's so many things that the mind will take away from you if you let it use you, and you have to learn to quiet it down so then you can choose when to use your mind. This is one of the reasons you should quiet your mind down, but another reason to quiet your mind is that when you start to quiet your mind, you can see the beauty of life in front of you. And this beauty is real, and it only comes out when your mind is still. You can't really see the beauty of life when your mind is constantly analyzing and making so much noise. The only way you can see the beauty of life and the joy and the aliveness inside of you is to quiet it down and be still, and then you can be receptive to those energies. Another benefit of quieting your mind is that when you do that, your life will end up being so much more relaxed and at ease. You'll go through life without stressing and putting in effort implying stress and hard work and anxiety. That's what effort means, is pushing, working and stress, and it's not an enthusiastic joy for what you're doing. It's not something that you really enjoy. You just do it to get it over with. That's what effort kind of implies. By silencing the mind, by quieting the mind down, you don't have that effort like I have to be somewhere, I have to do this to get to the next place. It's like you quiet down and you start doing just for doing that one step. When the mind is quiet, you can focus better on what you're doing and you can get more done with less effort and more enthusiasm. So if your mind's quiet, your work is going to be higher quality and people will notice that, and it's going to change your life. Okay? It's gonna change your life. Let me get some water here because I just woke up and I need some hydration. I usually drink about a liter of water in the morning because I find it really helps. Not to quiet your mind, but it could. Yeah. Alright, let's get into how you can quiet your mind. So there's many different ways to do it. So my favorite way to quiet the mind, I'm gonna leave till the end of the video, so make sure to keep watching the whole thing. And this is my favorite. I love it and it works the whole day. So the first thing that you can do to quiet your mind is to take a conscious breath. And conscious breathing is really important, and you should be doing this as often as you can. I've said this in other videos, but it's so important to quiet the mind, because when you take a conscious breath, what is a conscious breath? So a conscious breath is when you're putting awareness on the action of breathing. So you feel the air go into your body, you feel your abdomen expand and contract, and that's a conscious breath. You take all your attention, all your focus, and put it on your breathing. And your breathing may be fast, it might be shallow, and what you want to do is just observe it. And then take a couple deep conscious breaths. It'll slow down as you take energy and your attention away from the mind and you direct it into the body, into your breath. This energy taken away from the mind, this focus away from the mind, when you bring your energy from up here, your attention from into your thoughts, into your breathing, you're going to be thinking less, you might not be thinking at all, And this is the stillness of the mind. And that's a practice that you can do right now. And just take one breath, because you can only be aware of one breath at a time. So you take one conscious breath, and then you take another conscious breath, and then you do that for the rest of your life. And your life is probably going to change quite a bit. So that's one way to quiet the mind. Another great way to quiet the mind that I like a lot is actually working out, because working out, or any kind of exercise, go for a walk, but to me going to the gym and training is like, it gives you this endorphin rush. And when you quiet the mind, okay, here's how it works. So when you quiet the mind and you go into this deep state of stillness, your body will feel relaxed and you naturally release endorphins. You release dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, all those good feeling chemicals that our bodies give us. This is like, why do we have these things? Why did life want us to feel good for certain things? So when you quiet the mind to a deep level where you're not thinking anymore, the body rewards you with these endorphins. And this happens in meditation. This can happen randomly. This is why gurus and spiritual teachers are always looking like high and stoned and blissed out, because they are. Their bodies are releasing so much of these good endorphin chemicals that people want. So yeah, these gurus and whatever spiritual teachers, they're all blissed out because their mind has stopped thinking so much. And when you do this, when you wake up, your body rewards you with, holy, I feel good. That's how it works, and I realized this recently, and it's super interesting. Back to the workout and walking and anything that releases endorphins, any kind of relaxation, anything that releases those good chemicals will get your mind still. I'm not saying go do drugs, unless they're free. Of course, drugs quiet the mind, and that's why people do it. But we don't have to go down that nasty path of highs and lows to quiet the mind, because everyone knows what happens when you do drugs. Not good. Anyway, I'm getting a bit off topic here, but when you work out, when you get that endorphin rush, it quiets the mind. So it's a good way, if you're having a hard time, you're in a little rut and you're overthinking, working out, going for a walk will help you release endorphins, will help you quiet your mind so you can get back on track. And then from there, from that place of stillness and a quiet mind, then you start practicing conscious breathing again. For some people, they work out first thing in the morning because it makes them feel so good, it sets the mood for the day, and it calms their mind. And I think that's completely okay, and I would love to do that myself, but I'm lazy sometimes. But I'm considering getting up earlier and doing that. So some people do that every day, and they wake up, they work out, and they feel great the whole day. Their mind's quiet. Of course they still think, but it sets the tone for the day for them. And I think that's awesome. I do yoga when I wake up, and I do some headstands and whatever, and that releases endorphins and it quiets the mind. So you can kind of go either way. You can quiet your mind, get an endorphin rush, or you can get an endorphin rush to quiet the mind, and then, you just want to work in that cycle. For my last, I don't know what to call these, I'm not really naming them. So my last little tip is to listen to Eckhart Tolle's audiobooks for like 20 minutes in the morning. So in my other video I said listen to it while you're driving and listen to it when you're walking, and that's still great. There's nothing wrong with that. It's still very powerful. But here's an even more powerful way of listening to Eckhart Tolle's audiobooks, or any audiobooks. But I like the specific audiobook that I like is Practicing the Power of Now, because this one is designed to just draw you into the now, whereas like the other audiobooks from Eckhart Tolle, whereas The Power of Now and A New Earth aren't as much like a practice. So what you're gonna do is sit down, and my phone's recording, but you take your phone or whatever you have your audiobooks on and just play it. Set like a timer, bell. I use a Insight timer to ring a bell when it's like, it's a timer, yeah, it's a timer. 20 minutes, just sit down, listen to it, and really listen to it, because when you're driving and when you're doing other stuff, when you're walking, you might not be paying as much attention, even though you should be. But when you're sitting down, it's kind of like a meditation. It is a meditation, actually. You just sit down and listen, and you're absorbing all this wisdom into your subconscious mind, and it's gonna change your entire day. It's just incredible what's gonna happen when you do this. So give it a shot, because I don't really have much else to say for the audiobooks, because it's profound. It's really a powerful way to shift your consciousness and really change your life. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications so you don't miss another one. Share this video, so like, share it, because like people should know this little trick. Alright, catch you later.